name is Mordechai, named after a very great Jewish leader, as we all know. And coming from Purim just recently, it is very timely and very significant. I would now ask you to give your attention to our guest of honor, Martin Moschel.
Hi everyone, welcome to the CJL benefit dinner. It is with great regret that Ilana and I cannot make it there tonight. We really would love to be sharing the evening with you. When I was first approached for the honor, together with Ilana for this evening, I thought that perhaps they had very little imagination, since I think there are many people who would have been more deserving of this honor, but I wanted to thank them very much for looking after us in this way, and really apologize that we cannot be there in person this evening. The CJL is something which has been very close to my heart ever since they first came up with the idea. As a newcomer to London, with all the fancy clubs that were around in the West End, I really thought that something like that, or at least similar, should exist for Jewish members and various Jews from around the world. It hasn't happened quite yet, but I think that the CJL is perhaps the closest that we have to it. It's an incredible organization in that it brings young professionals from London, the UK, and all around the world, and brings them together in Friday nights and special events, in art functions, in important business speakers, and really gives them a chance to meet, to socialize, and to learn more about their Judaism. The fact is that they've had over 8,000 Jews come through their doors, and they've actually created 80 couples, 80 shidduchs, which I think is a phenomenal achievement for such a young organization. It really is impressive that they have a non-judgmental approach, where Jews of all types, all ranges, all sizes are welcomed with open arms and really taught to appreciate their Judaism and to appreciate each other. And this is something that has always been close to my heart with regards to Kiruv, with regards to bringing Jews of all stripes, of all colors, of all denominations, and I use that in the loosest term, together, where they can appreciate their heritage and they can appreciate their identity, and most importantly, give them a chance to actually come back and give of their time and money to Judaism and to the wider community. And I think that CJL have been incredible in being able to do this in a way that is perhaps different to those of other Jewish organizations. They have done it from a social aspect and from an enjoyable aspect, but always infused with just the right amount of Judaism, with just the right amount of halakha. And I believe that what they have done is created incredible opportunities for young professionals in their 20s and 30s to actually learn about their wider heritage, learn about Judaism, and actually, most importantly, and this is perhaps what I like the most about it, learn to give back to the community and to charity itself. I think that those who are providing money and time to the CJL are providing an incredible foundation upon which the young professionals who are our future leaders can actually create the start of their communal careers, of their charitable giving. And I think that this gives massive leverage for the money that actually goes into it. And it's one of the reasons why I am so supportive, together with Ilana, of the CJL. From an investment point of view, one really gets the most amount of leverage in one's charitable giving by actually investing in people. And this is something that I believe the CJL provides investors, and I say that in quotes, or alternatively those who are giving to it, in it gives massive leveraged returns on their giving. By actually bringing in the young professionals, those in their 20s and 30s, those who are going to form the base upon future communal leadership and religious leadership, and bringing them together and teaching them about their duties as Jews, their duties as individuals in society and allowing them a chance to hone their leadership skills and develop them, it gives massive, massive leverage in terms of what these individuals are going to be doing in the future. The most amazing thing about the CJL is its non-judgmental approach to Jews from all walks of life, regardless of their shape, size, stripes, and even denomination. It really looks after everyone and welcomes them with open arms. And this is where I think there is such value, is it actually brings people who are perhaps on the periphery and brings them towards the center. It is really Kiruv at its best, and providing a social environment where individuals of all types, from business, from the arts, can actually come together, learn about each other, learn about their heritage, and learn about the community and the charitable giving that is such an important part of it, is all provided within the walls of this building that we're in today. And I really believe that they are probably one of the premier organizations in the country in actually enabling this to happen. And I think it's important to realize it doesn't just happen locally. Because London is one of the epicenters of the world, they not only bring British Jews together, but they bring Jews from all around the world, from Europe, from the States, and wide environs, and obviously being somewhat biased, including South Africa. And I think by bringing these together, they actually emphasize the common identity that we have. Even if we have been separated from each other by millennia, it is very quickly brought together and explained to us within the various functions that they organize, within their famous Friday nights, which besides being a lot of fun, and which I attended quite often looking for a wife, which I eventually found back home in South Africa as it happens, they really ensure that it is done in a way which is very subtle but very effective. One of the very important aspects of the CJL, and there are perhaps not that many organizations that give much focus to this, is really the passing of the baton from the older generation to the younger generation. And to a large degree, our success as a people is really dependent upon those who are coming forward, the younger generation, understanding, respecting, and learning from the older generation. At the same time, it's for the older generation to make sure that they take their learnings, they take their experience, and provide it in a useful and meaningful way such that the younger generation can start where they left off. And I think the CJL is particularly good at this in terms of the fantastic, globally renowned speakers from all walks of life, particularly finance, with regards to coming in and explaining to the younger generation their view of the world, their philosophy of the world, and pretty much, I think, puts in perspective not just their professional and business lives, but their social lives, and most importantly, how Judaism fits within that. I'd like to ask you to perhaps join me and join the other very major donors to the organization in assisting this fantastic work that is being carried out. Unfortunately, as always, the vision and the ideas within this building and outside of it that are trying to be achieved do require large amounts of money, and as always, there is less money available than the vision requires. I'd like to invite you to join us in contributing to this incredible organization so that we can help it achieve its fantastic vision. Once again, thank you very much for your participation here tonight. I'm really sorry that myself and Ilana couldn't be with you, although I can assure you that had I been there in person, the speech would have been much, much longer, and it would have been much harder to turn me off. So thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, main course will now be served.